very special guest joining us right now. Cameron, you are our resident NASCAR expert, so I'm going to kick it over to you and welcome Ed Clark to the show. Mr. Clark, thanks for being with us.
Good to be with you guys tonight.
Good to talk to you, Ed Clark, president of the Atlanta Motor Speedway, there right outside Atlanta, Georgia. Ed, September 1st, the NRA American Warrior 300 NASCAR nationwide race under the lights on Saturday night. Tell us why we should go.
Well, it's part of what we call the biggest Labor Day party in the USA, and it's a pure slice of Americana. People coming from all 50 states and a number of other countries right here to Hampton, Georgia, to enjoy their Labor Day weekend with us, and some NASCAR racing. We'll have 3 nights of racing and so much more other activity throughout the property. And it's just a great way to spend your Labor Day weekend. We've got a great racetrack, very competitive racing, and I think we got a fantastic points race in the Nationwide Series right now going on, and this event probably is going to be pivotal in this points race as we go down towards the end of the season.
Now, the reason we're talking about the race on September 1st, there's a very cool thing that the NRA is doing. If you go to nra.org/warrior and you sign up, you'll get the NRA's free digital warrior. It's called the American Warrior magazine, digital magazine, where you can text the word warrior to 64274. If you do that, you will get a free ticket to this race, and there's a dedicated section. That's going to be a fun section to sit in, Ed.
Well, it will be. I think it'll be a lot of like-minded folks, and I think that's one reason this event is such a perfect fit. The NRA and NASCAR, obviously, very much the same folks, same beliefs, same values, and we're just proud as we can be. Our company's actually been associated with the NRA now for about 15 years, and wonderful people, and we're glad to step it up a little bit with this race sponsorship, and especially this program that's going to allow the fans out there to be able to get a free ticket to this event.
Now, for people who don't know about AMS specifically, tell us, what's different about your track versus a Daytona or a Bristol, or where would you fall when it comes to the length of the track and the banking? What's your track like?
Well, Daytona's a 2.5-mile track. We're a 1.54-mile track with 26-degree high banks. Bristol, where it will be this weekend, is a half-mile high bank track, and it's 36 degrees. So that's one of the things that makes NASCAR very interesting. Is every week, last week we're running road course with the Nationwide Series. Then we'll go to a half-mile track in Bristol, Tennessee this weekend, on the 1.5 mile in Atlanta the week after that. Variety of tracks gives the drivers an opportunity to really show who's the best overall driver throughout the series, and it's been a very competitive year of racing this year, but we're known for our fast speeds here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The Sprint Cup cars can run up to 191, 192 miles an hour. Going in turn one are about 205 miles an hour.
What about the Nationwide cars?
Nationwide cars are going to be about 8 to 10 miles an hour slower than that, but still hauling the freight going down there. And they because they are down a little bit on power, they can run a little deeper into the corner and get back on the gas a little bit earlier. And new tires almost run wide open all the way around the speedway.
Yeah, Mr. Clark, this is Andrew Langer. I live out near Dover Raceway, which is an imposing sight when you see it.
The Monster Mile?
Yes. What is the capacity of Atlanta Motor Speedway?
We have right at 100,000 seats. Actually, it's a little more over 100,000 with our suite seating plus the infield. I'd say about 125 to 130,000 is full capacity. And it's quite an imposing sight.
Yeah.
When you come to that little town of Hampton that's got a couple thousand people, and on race weekend we become the 4th largest city in the entire state of Georgia.
I can't even imagine just thinking about the traffic. I mean, how many months ahead of time do you even plan the traffic plan to get in and out of the racetrack? I can't even imagine those logistics.
Actually, we've got a great traffic plan. Years ago, 25 years ago, when our company purchased this track, the traffic was, I would say, one of the worst situations on the whole NASCAR circuit. And I'm proud to say with the work of the Georgia State Patrol, the Georgia Department of Transportation, our development development guys, we're now one of the very best tracks in all of NASCAR. We've got a new 4-lane highway that's built a few years ago off of I-75 that comes right into the Speedway. Mm-hmm. Another 4-lane highway that runs north to south right in front of the Speedway. So several ways to get in and out, and it's really not an issue at all these days.
Ed, tell us real quick, for people who don't know NASCAR as well as you or a fan like I do, what is the difference between the Nationwide and the Sprint Cup Series?
Primarily, if you look at the cars, they don't look that much different, other than in the Nationwide Series, where if you're running a Ford, you're running a Mustang rather than a Fusion that they run in the Sprint Cup. But they look very similar. The Nationwide Series cars down a little bit less on horsepower than the Sprint Cup cars. I guess the best way to compare it is Nationwide is like the AAA would be in baseball versus major leagues. But a lot of the drivers actually run both events. We'll have a number of the guys that run the Sprint Cup race Sunday night actually competing in the Nationwide race on Saturday.
We're speaking with Ed Clark, president of the Atlanta Motor Speedway, about the NRA American Warrior 300 coming up on September 1st. And Ed, you talked about earlier what a great fit it is with what a great race this is and a great thing here with the NRA. Let's talk about that. You know, the folks, I think it's such a natural fit with the NRA and folks like that and honoring our American warriors like that. Let's talk a little bit about why this is a great thing for NASCAR to be involved in.
Well, I think NASCAR fans are a very patriotic bunch, and I can tell you we made the announcement about this sponsorship about a month and a half ago at Kentucky Speedway during their race weekend there, and we had Ollie North there and Wayne LaPierre, and fans were just clamoring and stopping, wanting to spend time, shake their hands, take their picture with them. We had a car painted up with the event logo on it, and you know, as long as those guys would stay there, people were coming up and wanting to talk to them and have their picture made with them. And it's just you know, I think NASCAR fans are a slice of right down the heart of Americana and patriotic bunch, and so, therefore, I think stand for a lot of the same things, and it's a great fit.
Mr. Clark, thank you so much for being on the show, for what you do. Ed Clark, president of the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Looking forward to the NRA American Warrior 300 coming up September 1st. And don't forget, you can go to nra.org/warrior to sign up for the free Digital Warrior magazine and get a ticket to the race. So, Ed, thank you. We look forward to the race. Our own Cameron Gray, sitting right next to me, will be there for the race, sir.
Nice.
Look forward to it, guys. The promotion is great. I think some of the things we're going to do at the event are going to be very touching, honoring the families and people who've served, and I'm just proud to be a part of that.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Have a great night.
You guys too.